Hello everyone! So this week I decided to make some cottagecore aesthetic stationery. Now the more videos I make on this topic, I feel the more I fall in love with the style. I find myself adding little touches of cottagecore to almost every single thing I make, so I hope you guys enjoyed the projects, and here they are. The first project is stickers, so grab paper or printouts, scissors, markers, parchment paper, and tape. So the first method are with the printout pictures. I'm cutting around them, leaving just a tiny bit of white. You can go closer to the edge if you'd like though. I kind of like this bubble cutout look. I evened those up a little bit, and then I tried to cut out the middle of this teapot and it did not look good, so I decided to cut out this second one. Next, I'm grabbing a piece of parchment paper and putting one strip of tape at the top, laying my pieces down. The teapot was too thick though, so I did another one at the bottom to extend it. Then I'm putting pieces over the top, had to do two for the top of the teapot again, trying to line it up so that there was a seamless line. Then I cut those out once again, just with a little bit of trim. Then just peel off the parchment paper. It's super easy to get the two layers separate. I cut out a piece of wax paper that will be the permanent place of the stickers until I use them. Wax paper sticks to them more so they won't fall off. The second way though is just with paper and pen or Sharpie. So just draw a simple design, or complicated if you're good at drawing unlike me, and then just cut it out the same way, as close or as far as you want, and do the tape method with below and above, leaving a bit of room so that the two layers of tape can stick together. Peeling it off, I'm just adding it to the collection. Up next are bookmarks, so grab paper, glue, scissors, yarn, ruler, hole punch, and optionally some dried flowers. Now I'm grabbing a book for reference and then deciding on 3 pieces of paper. My paper was super thin, so I did need the 3 layers, making mine 7 inches long by 2 inches wide, and I did this twice to have 2 different bookmarks. Now since there were 3 layers, I had to attach them with glue. Make sure you don't do too much though, or it will kind of buckle the paper and it's not as nice looking. I did the same thing to the second one and erased some of my pencil markings just with a pencil eraser. Now grabbing my plant with the root, I'm just using the same exact glue to attach it to that, using a pencil to kind of smooth it out. Now I would recommend putting some kind of sealant over the top of this just so that it stays on, but I didn't want it to glare on the camera, so I waited till the end to do that, using books to make sure it sticks. Grabbing my yarn though, I'm wrapping around 4 fingers 7 times, cutting a little strand to put in between that loop, and then another strand to tie around the top. Cutting open that loop and making sure it's a bit more even, I'm going to take my first bookmark and punch a hole at the bottom, threading that tassel through. You can leave it like this, but I did decide to cut off the excess. Here are the bookmarks. To make envelopes, you're going to need an already pre-made one, or you can look up templates online and trace them out like I did with this green one. There's so many different sizes so you can really customize it. But for the pre-made one, I'm just using a knife to slice open the seals. Next, just grab a bunch of paper that you like the colors or patterns of and trace it onto there. After that, I'm just cutting along all those lines. Starting off with the yellow one, I'm just folding in against the edges and using the back of my scissors to make sure that the folds are really crisp. This will make them lay nicer, so I'm just doing that to both of the little ones, which I made out of cardstock, and then the larger sized ones, which I made out of just normal, really thin paper. Again, using my scissors to really make sure those are flattened out. To secure them together, you could use tape or a glue stick, but I'm just using liquid Elmer's glue to put along the edges so that the 3 bottom folds are connected. Again, using a book to make sure those dry nicely. Next, I just want to customize them a little bit, so starting off with the little yellow one, I'm just grabbing a sun stamp and using an orange marker to ink that up, putting it in the bottom right corner. For the little mint one, I'm doing this kind of flower design in the middle. For the brown one, I'm using a sticker to close it. And then on the blue one, we're gonna do something a little bit more complicated. So grab a candle, as well as a spoon you do not care about messing up, and then a chunk of crayon and hot glue about the same size, as well as a cheap ring. So light your candle and put your crayon and hot glue in the little spoon and start melting it. This will only take a couple of minutes. Make sure that you stir it to combine the two. Then I'm going to use this to swirl over the opening on my envelope and just set the ring lightly in that wax. I would wait about 60 to 100 seconds to remove it, but when you do, you get this awesome wax seal effect, and I think it's so, so fun. Up last are stamps, so grab cardboard, Coke lid, wine cork, scissors, markers, glue, and then craft foam. You can get loads of this for really, really cheap at any craft store. You're going to want to draw your design on your craft foam. I initially started out with these 3 designs, but only liked the J, so after cutting that out, I also made an additional mushroom and cloud design. Next, I chose bases, so the cloud went on the cardboard, the mushroom on the cork, and then the J on the cap, using liquid Elmer's glue to stick those on. The mushroom was a little trickier though because it was on a rounded object, so after gluing it, I actually grabbed some really thick washi tape and taped it around so it would dry accordingly. After waiting for them to dry, I peeled the tape off of the cork, and here's how they looked. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the DIYs and the video on a whole. If you did, make sure to like it. I upload every other Sunday with videos on DIYs or sewing. If you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe for future videos. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.